Now, HonMonO is similar to Chairman in that he's also an animal. He's HonMonO. He's hyper aggressive in this matchup. We see a lot of 2-base all-ins from HonMonO in TvP. He can play macro. If he plays macro, he plays mass marine tank. No marauders. He has his own style, his own builds, I should say, that he does stick to. But we'll get there. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the Polish Protoss player, the pink Protoss, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is ArT. Not to be confused with the other ArT. Not to be confused. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the purple Terran, representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. When are we getting Eric versus Cham? Eric versus Cham is always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun. My highlights of my career is we hosted a show match between Mika and Cham. That was that end of 2019, I think? No. It was end of 2020. That's it. And or was it 2021? It's been so many years. It was either end of 2020 or end of 2021 where we hosted I think it was end of 2021. We hosted a Latin American versus like Oceania show match for the Ducklings Showdown at the end of the year. We had Jim Rising, Jaime, Arturo Duran Silencio. We had Jim Rising versus Eric, and we had Cham versus Mika. So we had, again, the Latin American Zergs against the Oceanic Zergs, or the Southeast Asian Zerg players. It's beautiful. Wait, no, sorry, not Jim versus Eric. It was Cham versus Mika and Jim versus, was it Gogo Joey? I think it was either Gogo Joey or Ender. One of the two. So yeah, so C versus Ladder for the two of them. Yeah, no, it was Ender because it was a battle of the names. That's it. It was a battle of the names because that's why I said his name. It was Jim Rising, who was Jaime Arturo Duran Silencio. That's his name. And it was Ender, who is Ender Napoleon Marquises Acampado. That's it. Oh my god. Let's go. I still remember their full names. Just two players from opposite regions with like insane names. Let's go. We're settling it. Marquises Acampado, pa. Let's go. As the Reaper does dip in, slipping to the main. We have our tech of choice, going to be a Twilight Council open out of it, so I'm very distracted. I was just focusing on remembering a show match from what, 2-3 years ago. It was a lot of fun, is what I should cap that off with. Seeing the two regions collide like that in ZVZs. It was amazing. It was amazing. For now, though, going to be settling in. So far, standard open out of ArT, taking into a Twilight Council, most likely into Blink. Meanwhile, HonMonO opening up, yep, with 2 extra Raxes. This is the beginning of a 2-base all-in. Basically, for the starport to be delayed this heavily is a massive tell that we are prioritizing marine production, stim, and just units in general. So this typically coincides with pulling the boys. This should be a 2-base all-in. It's still a little bit early, and technically, HonMonO could throw down a starport, get into Medivacs, and just move out and work towards a third, but it's HonMonO we're talking about. He will most likely pull the boys with us. So a very aggressive build. This is one of the many, I would say, common builds of HonMonO. And ArT, if he's familiar with his opponent, should be aware that this is a big possibility. He hasn't seen much though. ArT did not get into the main. He's unaware of the production setup. Yeah. Gavia Napoleon Marquises Acampado. Yeah. Exactly. So Steelbolt remembers. He remembers, man. Let's go. The good old days. Oh. So now we are building up. Stim is on the way. Combat shields as well. Again, this should be a Stim Combat shields timing. Bio army is moving out, and I feel like this is a really early move out. Actually, the upgrades are still on the way. HonMonO, Okay. He's just getting ready on top of the ramp, hoping to try to catch any stray units. He's not committing yet. I was shocked for a moment there. Meanwhile, ArT is doubling down and getting up to 3-gate. So it's going to be 3-gate blink, much safer build out of ArT. This does give ArT extra warp-ins, extra stalkers, and it allows him to be assertive. So I really like this build of choice for ArT. I do think it counteracts HonMonO quite well, but he does have to slow down the army, is the thing. HonMonO, meanwhile, didn't quite count the gateways. Is set up here outside of the ramp. Does get some people. Oh my god! The prism! No! The prism goes down! 2 stalkers as well. Massive catch here from HonMonO, who was in position, who was ready here on top of the ramp earlier, did pull back. And ArT is going to be in trouble. And there it is! As we mentioned before, it's HonMonO. You pull the boys, papi. You pull the boys. It is a 2-base all-in, and it's all or nothing for HonMonO. ArT is slowing this down, picks away at some of the Marines, but ideally gets a tank. A lot of Marines are being lost though. Boys not yet able to buffer. ArT rotating around. HonMonO still rallying across the map. He is up to 3 tanks. Nice lock on. Oh my god, but that's going to be 13 stalkers. Again, because of the 3-gateway setup here, ArT has so many stalkers to work with. And ArT's trading well. He's thinning out the army. The tanks force siege up barely out of range. ArT's coming in from behind. He's setting up first round, going for the tanks. Gets 1. Gets 2. Oh, but he gets... Oh my... The punish is real. Oh my god, the Stim Marines. Remember, Stim is done. GG gets called. ArT, he gets a tanks, but he costs him every single stalker. And HonMonO takes a lead. Whew. GG. Get HonMonO. He's an animal. He's an animal, and he does TvP like no other. GG, well played. HonMonO takes the lead. We'll see if ArT can bounce back here in this next game. Again, ArT did amazingly when it comes to slowing down the push and picking away at the Marines, but also HonMonO was being so patient, holding on to that stim, preserving it, and when ArT went for that dive, he was punished real hard for it. It wasn't worth it in the end. Did lose everything in the process. Was a last moment or last second decision there to go for that blink, and did cost ArT the game. GG. GG, well played. We're not going to be jumping into game. No one of those. Going to be loading into a much larger map, an older map, loading into Cosmic Sapphire. Whew. Let's go. Oh, hello Demi, hello. Yo, is Demi in the brackets? I actually haven't checked. Demi hasn't been as active this year, is what I will say. Next time, Bobby, next time. You come back to us, come back to us. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the pink Polish Protoss player representing the Platinum Heroes. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is ArT. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the purple Terran player representing Team Hyper 1 from the land of South Korea, living in the land of Japan. It is HonMonO. I'm a Dota addict. Este Demi. God damn it. As HonMonO does go for his initial SV across the map. Again, there was a once popular proxy location here, but looks like we won't quite embrace that. SV just going for the scouts. And ArT back at home, settling in. When it comes to a 2-base all-in, I don't think this is the best map for it. Cosmic Sapphire is far larger, of course. Longer rush distance by ground. But HonMonO does go for the eBay block. ArT quick to pull the boys. Will deny the eBay. Will be able to focus down and won't delay the expansion for too much longer. So nice response here from ArT. SCV trying to come back in, going for a second eBay. Oh, he's denied. Oh my god, he's going to be denied. That's a kill on that SCV. Will delay a little bit longer, but I don't think that was quite worth it here. Let's really get the cancel. And ArT gets his expansion. Nexus is on the way. Meanwhile, across the map, HonMonO going for the racks into factory. Tried to do some damage, but again, I'm not so sure that was fully worth it for HonMonO. As they're settling into a longer game. MyCaster series? Oh no. Not like this. Oh yeah, I do see Demi up against Milky. Demi versus Milky Cow. A Milky Cow is like he's like the European HonMonO. True, true. He's as close as HonMonO as Europe gets. I look forward to it. I look forward to Demi versus Milky Cow. And so now we just have HonMonO going for the CC on the high ground, just being very safe. And if HonMonO goes for a macro game, again, as I mentioned before, it typically is Mass Marine. Actually, something that he has done in this matchup before is he willing not just to make 2 Cyclones, 12 Cyclones. I'm reminded of HonMonO's matches from, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I believe it was in Sparkling Tuna Cup, where HonMonO just didn't stop making Cyclones against Protoss. It was great. It worked. It did work. It was disgusting. Okay. Hellions. So, double Cyclone into Hellion. We're okay. HonMonO, he's not that crazy. Not that crazy. Shuts down the Adept. Hellion's behind this, getting into Bio, getting into additional Raxes. Now, once again, that is a second Rax before Starport. If we go for a third Rax before Starport, then once again, I'm leaning towards a 2-base all-in. I'm not too fond of that idea here 2 games in a row, but there it is. There's a third Rax. God damn it. Third Rax is on the way. So far, this is looking very similar to the last game. Very similar. Oh boy. Hellions do dip in. ArT holding his own, pulling back. Shield battery is done, and this time ArT, he's taking it one step further. Remember last game, ArT went 3-gate blink. This time, do one better. 4-gate blink Stalker. I really do like this. Again, there was a lot of potential last game with 3-gate blink to shut down the all-in. With 4-gate blink Stalker, you have a greater chance, as you will have a larger army to commit and to shut down the push. And to turn the tables on HonMonO. So after last game, ArT, he looked at the game, he was like, you know what? More gateways. More gateways, man. So 4-gate blink Stalker. Hellions dip in. Stalkers will shut this down. HonMonO doesn't get much scouting information. Behind this, working towards stim, working towards combat shields. It's still building up. Now, HonMonO is at least aware of the Blink Stalkers. Did see all the Stalkers, did spot the Robo, so he's taking a defensive stance back at home with those tanks. But can he hold? Can he defend? What I will say, no bunkers. So HonMonO, he's not taking a more direct stance here. He's not fully aware of what's going on. Because that, a bit of a lighter reaction, a bit of a lighter response. Actually, ArT, he opened up 4-gate blink and he doesn't make the prism. He goes Observer, which gets scattered, into nothing, into a third. Okay, ArT going into a longer game instead. Does start 4-gate blink, but now getting into a third base and working towards charge with a Forger +1, Robotics Bay as well. I'm not too fond of this idea. Basically, it looks like ArT went for a very safe start with 4 gates, but can't really make use of them. So his third base is later than normal if he were to go for like 2-gate or 3-gate blink. Meanwhile, do you see what I see? That is a starport. We mentioned before that in the last game the starport was never made, so it was a 2-base all-in where you pull the voids. This time we have a starport. This time we are setting up for a longer game state. Okay, we have macro. We have macro, papi. Let's go. And the observer sees everything. The observer does confirm the starport. More importantly, does see the add-on swap, does spot the production, and now ArT can breathe easy. You can be like, phew, okay, this is not the same build as last game. I can actually focus on my economy and get into Colossus. So it isn't just that our players are macroing, but ArT knows that he has room to macro as well. Observer dipping back in. Getting an eye on any kind of move outs. Scan reveals third base saturation. HonMonO is aware. HonMonO, he heard the observer. He's looking for it, but he doesn't find it. For those who don't know, when the observer sieges like that, it does make a noise. So HonMonO, he knows there's an observer somewhere. Does move out. Does move out, is going to be committing. Stalkers, they dive in. They're going for combat shields. Combat shields is denied. Oh, going for the tech lab as well. This will drag HonMonO back home. Tech lab does get shut down as well. Massive delay on production. Denying any additional marauders, denying combat shields. Third CC now being thrown down. Yeah, HonMonO is delayed. Meanwhile, it took a couple of scans, but HonMonO does eventually find the observer. Again, he knew it was somewhere. Did find it. Third base not being taken. ArT back at him, building up to 3 Colossus. Gee, that's a lot of Colossus. 3 Colossi. Fourth base on the way. ArT moving out. Hopefully it doesn't run into this. That is 6 tanks lined up. That is a terrifying tank army. Only if ArT gets within range. On top of that, though, because of the sheer amount of zealots, if ArT can get on top of the tanks, different story. The bio army is on the right-hand side. ArT can collapse on this. ArT getting ready. Pushing in, the tanks are exposed. He's going for them. Yeah, the tanks are going to go down. Zealots, they collapse in. 2, 3 tanks go down instantly, and every tank is going to fall. Now, without tanks, the Colossus, they can reign supreme. They can push forward. They annihilate the bio army, and ArT snowballs out of control. He has broken the main army of HonMonO, denies a third. GG gets called, and ArT ties up the series 1-1. Whew. GG. ArT able to embrace a bit of a longer game, embrace the mid game, build up to triple Colossus, and was able to catch HonMonO with his pants down. Again, those tanks can be quite threatening, but they do need support. They need some kind of buffer between themselves and the main army. Otherwise, they crumble. The tanks can, and they do crumble. And here we go. It's going all the way to Game 3. The ace match. It all ends here. The broadcast ends here on 2,000 Atmospheres. Now, the final game of the night. Let's go. Get back to the international. Out with you or something. Este Demi. Yeah, a lot of the Oceanic / Southeast Asian SC2 players, they all play Dota in their off time. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. These Dota boys. And here we go. We're getting into the ace match and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2,000 Atmospheres. We have the pink Polish Protoss player representing the Platinum Heroes. He has momentum on his side. Can he keep it going and take the series? It is ArT. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean, I almost said the Indian, the South Korean Terran player, the purple Terran representing Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. SCV moving out across the map real quick, skirting around the edge, going to be hiding here towards the left hand side and going for the initial 2 racks Reaper. 1 racks back at home, 1 across the map. Now, fun fact, there is a common proxy location here. I do remember back in the day it was very meta to go for proxy Marauder hidden in between all these tall grasses in the shrubbery, but this is not quite that. Just 2 racks Reaper initially. I'm assuming Reaper, but there is a build where you only have 1 proxy Marauder production here with the Tech Lab, and you reinforce it from across the map. I'm curious if that's what we're going for. We'll see how committed HonMonO is going to be. Meanwhile, the probe scouts across the map. It's only 1 gas geyser. It's going to be Marine. Tech Lab. He's going for the Tech Lab. He's going for proxy Marauder. Okay. Okay. It's going to be Proxy Marauder here from HonMonO. Meanwhile, back at home, going to be reinforcing with Marines. This is going to hit very hard, and we'll see if ArT can figure out what's going on. As Marauders will be amassing. Like, as soon as I saw the Marine, the stars aligned, Papi. It was the revelation. Let's go. ArT's being very persistent out on the map, checking for any kind of crazy proxy. Scouting on the right, scouting towards the left. We'll check that center location, as we mentioned. Again, this was very popular back in the day. ArT is aware. When ArT is rallied up the ramp, he will scout, he will confirm. Yeah, the proxy marauders are found out. ArT knows. Back at home, we should be getting ready. Shield batteries are required. Shield battery now on the way. And HonMonO pulls the trigger. Now, he doesn't have much to work with, but he pulls some extra boys. The boys have been pulled. It's 1 Marauder, 2 Marines. The boys in a dream. Can HonMonO pull this off? Bunkers are on the way. Shield battery under fire. The first one is denied. Oh, but the second one is going to get up and running. HonMonO going for the... He locks it down. The Stalker. Stalker does pull. Massive pickoff. Adept as well. Marauder does pull away. One more shot. Ooh, will survive. But the bunker will not. Yeah, it looks like ArT, he is barely holding on. I say that, is the bunker going to finish? It's so close. Oh, it's so close. It looks like it will. The Marauder. The Marauder's still low. Shield battery goes down. 1 Marauder falls, but the bunker will complete. And now HonMonO, he has an outpost he can pull back to. Catches the Adept. Takes down the probes. Has to kite back. But one of the Marauders getting very low once again. Oh my god. Survives? How? The Marauder lives. Pulls away, has control of the low ground. 6 probes go down. Still rallying across the map. Shield battery is denied. And ArT has to give up on the natural. He has to give up on the expansion. Holding on the high ground. Shield battery's on the way. It's going to be out of range of the overcharge of the Nexus. So just a regular shield battery. Getting into another Stalker. More boys have been pulled. More boys have arrived. Oh, that Marauder taking a lot of damage. That could come into play. Again, right now, ArT is just buying time. Immortal production has begun. I would love to see a Sentry. Sentry would be insane. HonMonO, he's expanded. He's crazy. He's not all in. I mean, he was. HonMonO out of left field. He's expanding. He's not committing. Oh my god, he has high ground vision. The pylon. Pylon is under fire. Thankfully, it's not Nartosis pylon. There's a backup pylon. We'll keep everything powered. No salvage on the bunker. So a nice kill. And HonMonO will pull away. And again, he is expanding. Now, as we settle into a longer game state, ArT has potential. He is supply blocked, unfortunately. But the Warp Prism's on the way. With the help of the Warp Prism, ArT can counterattack. He can move out. He can try and punish HonMonO. If HonMonO is given time, he can snowball out of control and just outscale ArT. That's why this Warp Prism is so important. Rax confirms no hidden tech. HonMonO is aware. I want to see a Viking. Like, the starport's almost done. If we go for a Viking first, just to zone and shut down the prison, that's going to be huge. On the flip side, though, we could go for a medevac, and you can have that extra micro potential with the bio army. You go either or. Prism is moving in. Yep, Viking first. Is going to be Viking to zone. Oh, and ArT cannot afford to lose this War Prism. Aye. Prism is coming in. Bio army towards the left hand side. There is no stim. Army is spotted. ArT will delay the Rax. Trades well against the Marines. Won't lose any units. Ideally, HonMonO with that... I was going to say with the Viking on the way, wants to lure the Prism further in, but the Viking is spotted. So a very nice scout from ArT. He's aware of the Viking. He knows to be that much more careful. Behind this now into a medevac. Viking will get some shots off. Not ideal. ArT has to pull back. Behind this expanding. Scan reveals the Observer. Observer goes down. And we're building back up. Whew. We are building back up. HonMonO is settling into 2 bases. ArT will settle into 2 bases as well. Dark Shrine on the way. I love the Dark Shrine just because of the game state. It's such an awkward game here, and scans are going to be very limited with 2 CCs. I'm sure HonMonO is very motivated to mule. So the Dark Shrine can come in clutch. Speaking of, HonMonO did just mule. So you have to keep an eye on the energy on these CCs. As the Dark Shrine is halfway done, ArT's moving out. This nation runs into the main army. HonMonO, he's getting safety turrets. We have 1 turret here on the low ground. No turrets in the main base. So technically, we could still ferry DTs into the main and into the main base mineral line. We'd have to bypass the Vikings, but it's possible. Immortal drop coming in. Very risky. Just as HonMonO moves out, he's going for the tank. Doesn't quite get it. Marine's in position. Immortals are revealed. Gonna be zoned away. At the same time, Zhanaga's in control of ArT. ArT, he spots the drops. He knows. ArT is getting ready. He's getting ready back at home. Did spot the medevacs. Pulling back. DTs are on the way. They're warping in across the map. Drop comes in. Forces a pickup. ArT does deflect. And DTs that don't go into the natural, as I mentioned, there's a turret here at the natural base. Instead, they're going for the main. There is a Viking. And there are scans. There are scans available. Speaking of, does spot the Dark Shrine. Okay, scans across the map. He has 1 scan left, or he's got a bit of scans left. He's okay. Turrets on the way. The army's not in position. SCVs are going to go down. And DTs, they one-shot workers. There's the first scan. And do we have a second? We do. There is a second scan available as well. So the DT build, the DT follow-up hasn't done much. Gets 2 SCVs. I mean, forces out some scans. And ArT will back off. Third base now on the way. HonMonO has been building up quite an army. That's quite hefty, actually. 4 tanks, 2 liberators. This army is terrifying. And ArT has been investing in ways to harass, less so the main force. Has 3 immortals, sentries, force fields, true. Force fields are available. Has some stalkers. Blink is almost done. But HonMonO does have the supply lead. And has pulled the boys. Oh my god, of course. It's HonMonO, but you gotta pull the boys. The boys are here. Archon gets caught out. Oh, barely does save it. Liberator's a little bit too far behind. Force fields will delay. But HonMonO, he's leapfrogging forward. Overcharge gets popped, and ArT, he's up against the wall. Overcharge is about to run out. And HonMonO, he peels off some units, going for the third. Will deny. We see ArT trying to come in from behind as well. Going for an immortal drop. Tanks are somewhat exposed. Immortals will come in. Observer goes down. The army just sims into the natural and does focus on the Nexus. At the same time, Immortals are coming from behind. We're going for the surround. We're trying to at least. One tank falls. We get a second, but the Prism goes down. GG gets called. It's not going to be enough, and HonMonO will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. HonMonO pulling off the Proxy Marauder. Did so much with so little. Again, with that Proxy Marauder build, with the boys being pulled, was able to get a kill on the natural base, was able to contain ArT to 1 base, able to transition faster out of it into his own 2-base economy. The DTs had potential, but didn't get much done, so that was some wasted resources as well out of ArT. Likewise, ArT was investing into a third that never came into play, as HonMonO transitioned into a 2-base all-in, because of course he did, because it's HonMonO. Aye. GG, well played. Congratulations. HonMonO will take the series, and oh my god, with that, we can have a moment to have a look at the bracket. We can take a look at the bracket here. Let's see if, do we have any other updates on Wikipedia? Otherwise, we can focus on challenge. Here we go. Okay, switching our scenes over. It's a big bracket, so it's a lot to take in. I'll do my best. From the top, we have Baby Marine. Baby Marine, actually, can we zoom in a little bit? There we go. We have Baby Marine. Baby Marine, he 2-0'd Jomek at the start of the day. At the start of the night, I should say. Baby Marine, he does take him down, and oh, that is quite an opponent. Max Packs. Best of luck to Baby Marine. He was hyper aggressive and very cheesy and just in the face of Jomek in that last series. Up next will be Max Packs in that best of 3 in the second round. Best of luck to Baby Marine. Scrolling down, we have Mio Micah versus Lancer yet to occur, also in that second round. There are some matches that we covered last week. We can see Shin took down Rustlok, Jumi took down DRG. Jumi versus Shin still has not yet played out, but I look forward to it. I do look forward to that series. Best of luck to whether it's us, whether it's Wardy, whoever covers that match. Best of luck. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Spirit took down Future. Nightmare took down Young Yakov, and they face off against each other. Spirit versus Nightmare. That's gonna be a close one. I know that Spirit, he is one of the best Terran players in Europe. That is true. Spirit, he's top 3 or even top 2, alongside Clem, alongside Gabe. Spirit is up there, but Nightmare has some killer PvT. We've seen Nightmare bring down Clem before. We've seen him bring down Bjorn. Nightmare, he has, I mean, typically the weakest matchup of Nightmare is PvZ. Nightmare, he does struggle more against some of the Korean Zerg players like Dark, like Solar, like Shin, and we can see here even dropping a map to Young Yakov. So that's where he's maybe at his weakest, but against Terran and Protoss, that's Nightmare at his strongest. So we'll see how he performs there. Scrolling down, we have Cristiano up against Azura in a PvP. Cristiano has been on fire. Cristiano, I think he got to top 4 in Europe when it comes to Protoss players, the Protoss rankings, I should say, just under Max Pack, Showtime, and Skillus. So Cristiano, he is a terrifying Protoss opponent, and he's poised to go far here. I want to have faith in Cristiano. Best of luck to Azura. Best of luck to everyone else. Scrolling down, Nikrak took down Nikic. The potential Nikrak versus either Azura or Cristiano is going to be a lot of fun as well. Nikrak has also been improving a lot. I do think he's also been rising the ranks of European Terran players as well. And yeah, Nikrak is definitely a player to keep your eye on. It can also make a deep run. Scrolling down, ArT took down Papi, of course. ArT up against Bjorn. Oh, that's a match. Best of luck to ArT. Bjorn, another big name in the bracket. It isn't just Max Packs, it isn't just Shin, it isn't just Spirit and Nightmare, but Bjorn is there as well. So best of luck to those players. Scrolling down a little bit further, we have Wayne waiting for the winner of Bjorn and ArT. We have Geralt versus Spats, still yet to go. We've been casting a criminally low amount of Spats this year. We casted Spats a lot in 2023, but barely at all this year. So hope we get to see more Spats in the coming months. We have Skillus versus Nightmare, also in another PvP. Skillus, another big name here in the bracket when it comes to Protoss representation. Scrolling this over. Milky Cow versus Demi. Demi, he did say that, mate, it was going to be a spicy series. I look forward to it. I look forward to Milky Cow versus Demi. Winner goes up against Mana. We have Shameless over DNS. That was a big win for Shameless. DNS is a more well-known player. Shameless is a rising star in the European region. So, do wish him the best of luck. Honestly, I think I slightly favor Shameless over Mana, Milky Cow, and Demi. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a Shameless fanboy. Maybe. I'm Shameless, man. I'm Shameless. We'll see. And scrolling down, we have the bottom of the bracket. Before the elimination rounds, the elimination brackets, we have Eba. He fell to Cham. Cham versus HonMonO. Oh my, that's gonna be interesting, actually. So, if you're unfamiliar with HonMonO, we just casted him, and HonMonO, he is an animal against Protoss. He 2-base all in, all the time. Against Zerg players, HonMonO is more macro, and he's a lot more turtley as well. Like, he's very bio-oriented, but if he doesn't kill you with, like, I don't know, like 5 into 8 racks, then he will just back off and turtle up and go for a longer game state. Meanwhile, Cham is really roach heavy in ZVT. He's a roach boy. He's very aggressive. So That's a hard one to call. I'll be honest. That's gonna be a hard one. I think I slightly favor Cham, maybe. And ZVT is also Cham's weakest matchup. I feel. I think. Maybe it's been a while. I haven't casted Cham regularly in a long time. It used to be his weakest matchup, so it's hard to call. It's gonna be hard to call. The lesson we learned today is animals always win. True, true. Not untrue. But yeah, with that, we are wrapping up for today. You may be curious, like, hold up, the bracket. It's like we barely touched it. True. The reason for this, every game is casted. It's a big bracket, a lot of matches, a lot of series, and every series is going to be casted, which is why this massive tournament, which is double elimination, by the way, no one is eliminated. There's still a lower bracket. Double elim, everyone is still there. Look at this. they're all still there. Young Yako versus Future, Nikic versus Papi, DRG's down there. There's still a lower bracket. Every match is casted, which is why this tournament is going to last like 2 months. At least 2, maybe more than that. I don't know. It's gonna last a while. So yeah, the tournament will slowly progress week after week, and we won't be casting everything. Wardy usually casts the finals. Wardy usually casts like the ending rounds, I should say, the final rounds. Likewise, I'm sure some of the other community casters going to be getting involved. Maybe 1 week Chicken Man, maybe another week Dave Testa, maybe another week Just Jordan or something, you know. Everyone usually jumps in and gets involved. So yeah, keep an eye out on OSC Esports, as OSC will be announcing where it's going to be casted, whether it's here, whether it's somewhere else. Yeah, do try to follow where the event is taking place and try to keep up on all that is going on. So yeah, with that, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, do appreciate it. Do appreciate DMs. Oh, do I have DMs? What is oh, okay, interesting. Oh, sure. I mean, I don't have much time to play other games. I'll be honest, I don't have but sure, why not, Bobby? Maybe next week, maybe next week we'll try it out. But with that, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. We do appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed all the matches, and again, look forward to the upcoming matches in the coming weeks and in the coming months. Again, I'm pretty sure this is going to take like at least 2 months, maybe 3 months. We'll see. It's a lot of matches, a lot of StarCraft. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We're going to be heading off for the evening. My voice is honestly peaking a little bit. I'm getting worn out. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. Wardy's playing RuneScape. Yo, I haven't played RuneScape in too long. I really got into RuneScape, I think last year. I was like playing for like a good like 3-4 months or something. Like I got deep into old school RuneScape again. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was like my like decompress game. You know, whenever I wasn't casting, whenever I wasn't playing, decompress with some old school RuneScape. So shout out to Wardy also on that. I think like Loco and some of the others also play as well. But I haven't played in a long time. One day we'll get back into it. But yeah, check out some of these other streamers. We're gonna be rating someone who's live right now. Rex is live. Harstem is live. Strange is live. Who else? Someone that's playing StarCraft. Mr. Sadsack. Gemini. Papi. Check out GGE Mini. Is he casting? I know he's been casting a lot of the All Things Protoss. Wait, Gemini's bold? Wait, what? Wait, what? What happened? Wait, what? I'm watching an ad on Twitch. Right? Did Gemini actually? Is that an AI? It's so shiny. Is that real? What happened? Does anyone know? Oh my god. All right. We're done for tonight. Give Gemini some love, give him some support. We're going to be heading off for the time being. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be our next event. We won't be casting tomorrow. We are going to be hosting the Pondcast. The Pondcast is tomorrow. If you're curious, what is the Pondcast? It is our weekly talk show where we go over the events of the week in StarCraft 2. So we go over all these tournaments, we go over all these matches. We'll be going over all the weeklies and all the results as well. So it's just a weekly recap show basically, and maybe like a topic or two at the end that we can discuss and go over. So Pondcast is tomorrow. Check it out on TL. Check it out here on the CranKy Ducklings. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.